Rickshaw here on the 14th, and I got some really good news. Had a great call today, and the doc called. He's in the hospital still. He's banged up pretty good. His back is messed up. Said he has a hard time, getting on his feet and everything. But he took a heck of a wallop, and he's like the Energizer Bunny. He sounded good. When I was talking to him, we yacked for a little bit on the phone, and I'm just glad to hear that he's on the mend. He says you can't keep him down. He's a tough old bird for sure. And I want to thank all you guys out there in Rickshaw land that said some prayers for the guy and was thinking about him, because even the doc admits he thinks that definitely did some help, because it was a pretty bad deal that he went through. He's still talking about wanting to come here, and his back's messed up. They said he's got some discs out and all this stuff, and I've been through there and done that, and I do have to say, the medicine's not top notch here or anything like that, but he's planning on being around Cebu. They got better hospitals there, but the warm weather. He was saying over in Germany now it's like freezing, or zero, very cold. And when you got a bad back, the cold weather it just gets a hold of you. I had the same trouble for years. I was in a car accident, hurt my back, and I was young. And here's a man that's in his 70s, so he's a tough old bird. That's for sure, guys. So I'm just really glad that he pulled through, and thank the good Lord that he's okay, because he seems like a hell of a good sort. That's for sure. But we had some stuff happen today. We had the fella came about the awning here. He's going to do an awning, and then we were talking to him, and actually he can do it in like a plexiglass, so that we can, if we're upstairs in the window, we can still see down through. And we got that camera in there now that we can watch, but it's really nice to have that, and it won't be so loud. So that's going to be coming down the road here a little bit. We had to go pay our taxes on our house today. We have been here 2 years. I didn't realize that. I thought we were only here a little bit. We've been here 2 years already. We bought our TV. Our TV quit on us, and so just went to the black screen. Don't know what's the matter. Couldn't find a reset button or anything. I was thinking it was something simple, but there's no reset button on it. The instructions didn't say anything about it when it goes to black screen. But when you turn it on, a little red light comes on the bottom, but there's just in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see just like these lines. Very dim. You have to turn the lights out to see them, so I don't know what's up with that. So we have the box still, and we're going to box it up tomorrow and take it back to the store where we got it. And my wife went down there today, and bring it back. So they have a service center there. So whatever it takes, we want to get that fixed. And that's the way that goes. But I got to talk to my buddy Sean a little bit today. I was yakking with him a good bit. Pretty good sort. He's another one's going to be coming. Him and his sweetheart are building a place up around where she comes from. I think it's Salang. They're building like an apartment thing, and so when they retire, they got something going on. So that's pretty cool for them. He sent me some pictures of the build progress. Looks pretty cool. It's just the way they build them here. You just gotta, watch them. But they're doing pictures every day, so it seems like they're doing okay. And then I was talking to my buddy down north of Dumaguete, a short bit, but then he went to give a call back. I couldn't answer because I was talking to the doc. So, but it's all looking good. Things are looking real good here. I'm glad they're looking good for the doc, and not a lot else going on. I did that one on the about bringing vehicles into the Philippines earlier today, and it's just a couple people in the comments. We had different people, and you do have to have a title. You have to have a clear title on them if you ship them, and they go on Blue Book. If it's an older vehicle, they'll go on the Blue Book. Doesn't matter what you pay. You could have got it given to you. was free. It doesn't matter. They're going to go on Blue Book. Or you could have bought it for, let's say you bought a vehicle for $2,000. If the Blue Book's 13, you're going to pay $13,000 in taxes on it. And it seems like when you get into the, bigger motors, that the tax goes up. Now I do know a fellow that came from Indonesia, and he brought a motorcycle here, and his taxes were kind of low because it was a one-cylinder 125. But you got to remember, once you get them here too, you're not done when you're in the done with customs. After you pay this huge exorbitant tax that they have, then you got to go get it registered. So don't think you're going to bring a car here. Now there are companies. There was a fellow in there, the Brit. I pinned his comment because he said he tried to buy a Land Rover. He bought a Land Rover for $7,000, and he was going to get a company to ship it and everything. By the time it was all done, it was $24,000 with registration and everything legal beagle. And that's what you get here, guys. It's just what happens here in the Philippines. They do not want you bringing vehicles in here. I wish they would. It would be really nice, and it would benefit the Filipinos because, you bring some old cars from the States. You got some nice cars running around here. I don't know about getting parts for them. That would be another tough thing. But it's best to sell out with what you got if you're going to come here, and then buy a car when you get here. And if you buy like a Toyota Innova, or you buy like my Honda, or you buy a Hyundai or something like that, there's dealers that are going to back you up. You'll be able to get parts. Like me, I get Lazada. Come on, Shaky. Come on. I go to Lazada. I get my oil filters. I get my oil. I get all the stuff because it's a car. This Honda Mobilio, you see them everywhere. I mean, you see them all over the place. They sell a lot of them. So there's lots of stuff. Come on. So that's probably the best route, and I think that's what they want you to do. They want the Filipinos to make money buying and selling this stuff, and that's just the way it goes. But they do have a gray market. Somebody was saying on there also, they used to sell the XR 650 back in the day. Well, you can't now, and I actually tried to go through the gray market to get one for over a year because that was my bike. I mean, it's big, it fits me, and it was like riding on the clouds, like having a two-wheeled Lincoln. You know what I mean? They're just fantastic bikes. Just with the stock suspension, they're just a big cloud. You can hit bumps that move your suspension a foot. You don't even notice it. I mean, they just eat everything. And I tried to go through the gray market, and you just couldn't do it. Deals kept falling through. They couldn't get them, and it just was a hassle. So I gave up on it. But I would have loved to have that. And then this fellow was talking about a Tenere. Well, you can get one here. You can go right down to the Rev Zone from Yamaha. I thought it was Y Zone, but it's Rev Zone here in Lipa, and they have one on the floor. There's one sitting on, and they got a lot of the bigger bikes here. The Y Zones here in the Philippines have a full selection of the Yamaha bikes. Not all the Yamaha bikes, but a pretty good amount of them. They have most of them. So, but when you come here, you're not going to get all the bikes. Kawasaki has a really good dealership. You can get pretty much any Kawasaki. And Yamaha. Honda, if you go to Manila, you can get some Honda bikes, but you can't get them all. And some of the other ones, I know the Royal Enfield is getting pretty big here, and now I hear there's a Royal Enfield here in Lipa. Wes was mentioning something about that. I haven't seen it yet. And those are kind of cool. We'll see about the durability as time goes on those. I had never owned a Royal Enfield myself. I had a couple Triumphs, and of course they weren't new, so who knows how they were taken care of before I got them. But they were just troublesome. And guys I knew with Nortons, I knew them that had They had Nortons and what was the other one? Come on, Shaky. And I forget the other ones they had. Nortons and started with a B or something back in the day when I was young. And those guys, every time you see them riding, they were just covered in grease because they were working on them all the time. I just didn't want that. So that's when I started buying the Japanese, like Hondas. And they just don't break. They just get on them and you run them and do your maintenance, and you're good to go. That's why I always like the Japanese bikes. And Yamaha, I had Yamaha when I was younger. and just fantastic bike. The fit and finish on them are beautiful. They're durable. You take care of them, and you won't have a problem with them. I know. Come on, Shaky. So, but that's some of the things I'm talking about. I thank the good Lord that the doc pulled through, and he's going to be okay. And again, I want to say thanks to all you guys for the prayers for him. I've never met him in person, but I've been yakking on the phone with him for on and off for quite some time now. He's made comments on the channel. He's usually at the lives and stuff like that. Good guy, just a good guy. He's American, but he lives in Germany, and good guy. So we're glad he's okay. And I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And this is...